Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. For today's video, I'll be highlighting a few shrubs and perennials that smell really nice in the garden. Now here we are in the middle of summer and there's a lot of late bloomers. As you know, there's a lot of plants that already bloomed in the spring that also smell really nice. But these are specifically the ones that are blooming later on in the summer and they are smelling amazing. Some of these, you can smell them without actually having to go up close. So let's get started. First up is a butterfly bush. This is the Pugster amethyst by Proven Winners. This is a dwarf. It's hardy from zones 5 to 9, requires full sun, and does not like wet feet like all butterfly bushes. This guy here, if I had to describe the fragrance, I would say a little bit of a powdery fragrance. And this is one of the ones that you just kind of have to brush against it or come a little closer and you can smell this amazing fragrance. Next up, we have another butterfly bush. This particular one here is the Pugster pinker. Again, clearance plant from Lowe's. This is also part of the Pugster series. And this guy here, also hardy from zones 5 to 9, also requires 6 hours of sun at least. This guy grows 2 to 3 feet tall. And as you can see, a swallowtail is loving it. This is the #1 butterfly plant in my yard, guys. And you might have seen them in my pollinator videos in June, because June was pollinator month. And I made a point of putting out a bunch of videos showing you top plants for butterflies, top plants for bees, and top plants for hummingbirds. And this was one of the ones that's also good for hummingbirds as well. The Pugster pinker also has this amazing fragrance, kind of powdery, kind of sweet. Looks really nice in the garden. Next up, we have the Mystic Spire Sage. I love this guy for so many reasons. Not only it is a big guy for the pollinators, especially the bees, it came back when I thought it wasn't going to come back, and it blooms a really long time. Now this guy here, I got it from Kroger, and I thought it was an annual because it didn't really have a tag, but I looked it up and I see that this guy is hardy from zones 7B to 10, some sites having it as 8 to 10. I'm in 8A. It came back and I'm so happy. This guy's in full sun, and this guy here smells really nice, guys. If you brush against it, it has this really nice sagey salvia smell, but it's not just the flowers, it's also the foliage. As you can see, the bees are on it. This was one of the plants that was in my pollinator video. Remember, I put out a bunch of videos about top plants for bees, top plants for hummingbirds, top plants for butterflies. This guy hits on all of these, and this is one of the reasons I love this plant. Let me know if you have the Mystic Spire Sage in your garden and how it does. Next up, we have the beautiful Canyon Creek abelia. I talk about this plant so many times, and it's for good reason. This is one of the top performing plants in my entire garden, guys. Backyard, front yard, everywhere. This guy here is one of the tops because it hits so many points. Not only does it smell amazingly sweet, it's not an overpowering smell at all. It is one of the longest blooming perennials, or shrubs really, and it is loved by the swallowtail butterfly. Right? This is covered in swallowtail. A lot of them actually flew off when I showed up. But before, guys, there was over 25 butterflies on here, swallowtails. But then there's this guy here. I don't know what type of butterfly or if it's a moth or whatever those guys are, but I have to look those up. But those, they love the Canyon Creek abelia too. These guys here are hardy from zones 6 to 9. They perform so well in my garden, guys. And like I said, they have this really nice, sweet smelling fragrance. I'm definitely going to try to propagate this guy, or at least try to find another one to put in my side yard, because I am so impressed with the Canyon Creek abelia. Let me know if you have this beauty in your yard and how it does. Next up, we have the beautiful Diamond Spire Gardenia. that I got on clearance from Lowe's. This guy smells amazing. Now, as you know, I have an ongoing relationship with gardenia where most of them don't perform for me, but this one does. And I'm so surprised because this is the one that this is the one that I most recently bought, right? This was one that got hit by the snow in January this year, and this is the only one that I can say is actually doing well, right? Now, we all know that gardenias smell amazing, and even though this guy is not covered in blooms, it doesn't seem to matter because I can still smell it from here, and I'm at least 2 to 3 feet away from this guy. So imagine if this guy here was actually covered in blooms. This guy here is hardy from zone 7, and it actually does well in full sun, but for whatever reason, I noticed that they kind of don't like to get burnt up. So mine are in the sun up until around 3 o'clock, which means they get the morning sun and they get some of that 10 to 4. Because we all know that the sun from 10 to 4 is the hottest. And some plants require some of that to really perform. And especially when one of gardenia's biggest features is the fragrance and this beautiful white blooms, you definitely want to put it in an area that it's going to bloom. But the foliage as well is actually one of its greatest features as well, because a lot of gardenias don't look like this, right? I have jubilation, I have frostproof, and they don't look like this, and they kind of struggle in my yard. But for whatever reason, this guy does really well. We all love gardenias if you're in the South, and they smell really, really nice. They have this really nice, sweet fragrance. Let me know if you have this guy in your yard and how it does. Next up, we have a rose. This is a Rio Samba rose, and I got this from Walmart. You guys know I love going to Walmart every February and getting these bare root roses that do really, really well in my yard. What I love about Rio Samba, it has this, it's a mixture of the scent, or the fragrance is a mixture of, to me, peach and nectarines. They smell really, really nice. This is one of the top performing roses in my yard. Now, it might not look like much right now because it just finished blooming all those guys. You see those spent blooms? But this guy here smells so amazing. Now, I don't have to come in close. Like when I come out my back patio, I can smell this guy clearly. And I know that's my Rio Samba rose. This is one of the roses that actually has all these different colors going on it. It has the red, not red, but it really has like a reddy pink, a yellow orange, a light pink, all depending on the level of the flowers. Let me know if you have Rio Samba rose in your yard and how it does. All right, guys, so this guy just finished up one of his latest blooming cycles. This is the beautiful Love and Peace. Again, got this from Walmart for $9.97. It was a bare root, does really, really well in my yard. If I had to describe the fragrance, I would say it's a fruity, sweety mix, which I love. And like all roses, it's going to be in full sun for me here. It doesn't like wet feet, and it's in the sun really pretty much all day, right? I think the only time it's not in the sun is probably somewhere, between 8 and 10, but from 10 all the way down to when the sun sets, this guy here is blooming in my yard. Let me know if you have any of these roses and how they do. Next up, we have the Immortality German Bearded Iris. I am so impressed with this plant. I've had it for a while, and it does really, really well in my yard. This is one of the irises that actually reblooms later on into the season, right? It bloomed early, and now here it is blooming again. German bearded irises are one of my favorite irises because they look like this. And if I had to do a video showing you the most prettiest plants in my yard, this would be on the list. I love irises, love them. And this has a really nice pure white, right? But if you come in closer, you might see a little bit of a yellow in the middle of it right there. And I am absolutely loving this beauty, guys. This just started blooming yesterday, and I couldn't wait to do a video on it. Now, it's in the area where I have a lot of my other irises. I have some purple irises, and I had bought some bulbs from Lowe's for $4.58 like almost a year ago. So I know that those are not going to bloom. But this guy here, the Immortality German bearded iris, it's amazing. It smells really nice too. Now, it says that it's highly fragrant. I don't find it to be as fragrant as they say, but it does have a really nice sweet smell. Let me know if you have this beauty in your yard and how it does. Next up, we have this beauty here. You guys recognize it because I talk about it so much. This is the Chapel Hill lantana. This guy here is loved by the butterflies, loved by the bees, loved by the hummingbirds. You guys know I've tried many lantanas that say they're going to come back, but they don't. And I have really high hopes for this guy here. It has been blooming profusely. Now, you might not see this guy typically on one of those most fragrant flowers lists, but this is the one that you have to kind of come in close and you kind of have to brush against the foliage. And I really appreciate that. It's not overpowering. It might not be something that you smell right away, but there is a fragrance to it. So I definitely wanted to kind of include this in this list. This guy here, I bought it as a 2-quart. Remember, I bought this guy as a 2-quart from Home Depot for $8.98, thinking I'm just going to buy one because the other lantanas that I bought over the years didn't come back. So I didn't want to buy a lot of them, and I just wanted to put this guy so I can just kind of bring some butterflies in. But my goodness, I have a feeling this guy's going to come back for me. It's loving where it's at. It is blooming profusely. It is loved by the butterflies. And it smells amazing. It's hardy from zones 8. I'm in zone 8, so that's why I'm thinking it should come back for me. Let me know if you have the beautiful Chapel Hill lantana in your yard and how it does. Next up is another plant that you're likely not going to see on a list of fragrance plants. This is the hosta, the beautiful So Sweet hosta. This guy smells amazing. And this is another reason why I don't cut my blooms off of my hosta. Not only are they great for pollinators, and you guys know I'm pretty much a pollinator gardener. I need to leave things up for my pollinators, guys. And see these beauties here? Now, hostas either bloom white or a nice light purpley lavender, and this one here smells amazing, guys. It smells sweet, hence the name of the hosta, So Sweet. This guy here, I'm pretty sure I bought it at Lowe's or Home Depot. This one I didn't buy as a root. A lot of the hostas that I have, I've actually bought them as a root, and then I planted them, and then as the years went by, they came back, they got bigger and better. But this guy here is so sweet, loved by the pollinators, smells amazing. Let me know if you like hostas and if you do or don't cut your blooms off and whether or not you have the sweet smelling So Sweet. That's pretty much it for me, guys, here at home in the backyard. Now, this is not an exhaustive list of fragrant plants in my entire yard. Obviously, there are plants that bloomed in the spring and there are plants that are going to bloom later on in the season. I'll definitely do another video showing you, but right now in August, these are the beauties that are having these amazing smells. Let me know what you think and how it compares to your garden. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted on all my new videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.